Hey, hello everybody. This is Peter Palmiotti of Human Art Studio, making comics and art, episode 283. I put my cats up, and one is talking to me. Meow. My brain has been in overdrive lately. Got a lot on my mind. But working on this piece again. Gonna finish it up today. Just looking it over. Oh, I know it. I could bypass that. Okay, I have to get something. Let's see, where did I put it? It should be in here. I changed the settings on my photos, and now every time I click on a photo, it wants to open up a zip drive. It's like, what the hell did I do? Yeah, here we go. So now, if I want to open up a photo, I have to open it up in an art program. Stupid. Now, what the hell did I do? All right. No. Yeah. Okay. Does that work? I think that will work. How you doing this Monday morning? Ready for the week? Ready to conquer the world? Okay, good. And shrink. Yeah, that would be good. Okay. All right. Don't need full screen. All right. Here we go. Probably should have done this before. Anyway, okay. Everything is in front of me. Okie dokie. Let's see. So I'll just chat about some shows. Why not? So She-Hulk finished, and it was kind of a waste. I didn't expect a lot out of it. It was kind of silly. For a minute there, I liked it, but it didn't go anywhere. And yeah, there's a plot that will, I'm sure they'll do something within the greater, bigger story. But out of all the shows, the Marvel streaming shows, it was probably my least favorite. I actually like Ms. Marvel, which I was reluctant to watch, but somebody told me it was good, and I enjoyed it. But yeah, She-Hulk, kind of a fail. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Been watching Walking Dead. There was this show that pretty much me and Lisa watched live on AMC almost every Sunday night. And it's Shadowhawk Talks. Welcome. How are you this morning? I haven't seen the newest episode yet, but yeah, so I'm not watching it live anymore. I watched the replay. But yeah, I'm just curious how it's all gonna end the main show. Then there'll be 40 spin-offs. I'm excited to see Rick and Michonne again. But I got a feeling they kill off some characters. Before all is said and done. It's been a while. All right. House of Dragon, that's been excellent. Gonna catch up on the last episode of that. I haven't watched the Lord of the Rings show yet, but I probably will. What's up, Clea? You talking to me? My cat, Cleopatra, wants my attention. They've all been wanting my attention. I've actually been watching Vikings. Just finished off the first season of that. That's a good show. And I gotten back into reading, which I posted about last week, I guess. Really missed reading novels, as well as comics. So I'm reading a Stephen King book, Rose Matter. I've mentioned it before. I've been sort of reading a little bit here and there for the past couple years. But my reading habits have sorely declined. I read so much online, I don't have time or energy afterwards. So I made it a point to get back into reading. And yeah, just about through with it. Probably finish it off this week. get on to whatever's next. I started reading another book, so get back on that. But I read first couple of issues, first 2 issues of a book called Life on Korra. If you're not familiar with it, Mike Jimmy is the writer, creator. And I liked it. It reminded me a little bit of ElfQuest, except it's just creatures so far. And it's world building. He's got a pleasant art style. No, Clea. When I'm done, baby. And I'm on WhatsApp, but I don't know too much about it, so I can't give you my link or whatever. But I'm sure if you type in my name, maybe you can connect with me. I'm not sure how it works. I have been chatting with one person, somebody I sort of just met. So I've been using it to chat with her on WhatsApp. And I hear it's good for certain things, and I want to get to know it, how it works, how you connect with people, how you see what they're up to. I have no clue. It's kind of a mystery to me at the moment. But I guess I've always heard good things. Anybody here watching use WhatsApp? And what else? Oh, I got the so Dave Brink, Perfect 10 creator, writer, had a piece I inked for him on his campaign. And I was like, it's been on there a long time. Take it down and I'll see if I could sell it myself. So it's Safeguard. It's a team, one of his teams. And I'll just sell it myself. I got that. Which is a Alan Goldman piece. It's a beautiful piece. A team of characters. And meow. I don't know if you can hear my cat. What's up, baby? What's up, baby? Yeah. So yeah, I figure it's getting pretty close. Like I basically have a month before I'll be heading to Florida. For those that don't know, I'll be with family. All my family's out in Florida, so it'll be good to see them. Not sure, if we'll spend the holidays with them or what have you, or you know, I'll at least be around and be able to visit before or after, if not on the days. But that's kind of why my brain is working in overdrive. It's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my time. And it's like, I'm all over the place and I do have a limited amount of time to accomplish whatever goals I can figure out I'm going to do. Mostly, I'm going to focus on making some money. Like, I'm selling this piece, and if you want to commission me to draw your favorite character, pretty much like this, I'll be willing to do that. I got some art I'll post on Facebook today, tomorrow. Like I mentioned, the Dave Brink cover. I think it's a cover or just a pinup. The Nicholas Gear crossover exclusive cover with his character, Relentless Tin Soldier, and Phantom Shadow. Somebody else's character. And that's also Alan Davis' piece. Alan Goldman, who's pretty fantastic. I hear a plane. I get these small planes flying by. Meow. So, as the title suggests, finish him. Work on getting this done already. What's the saying? Finished, not perfect. I'm going in on some of this and just beefing up the black a little bit, which I'll do again once I erase the pencils. I'll try not to erase it too hard, because you can really erase the ink off the page pretty easily if you're not careful. So yeah, all said and done, when I'm back from Florida, which will be early next year, I'll be able to really sit down and reevaluate everything and get on a definite course of getting books done and getting them out. So I feel like I'm suspending animation on some things because I know I don't have enough time to tackle bigger projects other than getting little things done before I head out, which is why I'm going to focus on learning coloring programs and while I'm away, as well as just, like work on writing a novel. Something that will keep me busy, but I could drop it when I'm needed. I'm not planning to do any real artwork. I'll probably sketch, that sort of thing, while I'm away. But nothing too heavy duty. And I don't want to bring my my art studio with me. I don't know how much space I'll have as well. But if I bring my laptop, I can get a bunch of writing done. And I could also do an outline of the future issues of Retro. And I also planned a Retro issue 0. If you didn't know, I have a character called Retro. Plan to finish that first issue next year. There's not enough time this year to do that. But I'll also be doing a 0 issue, an Indiegogo campaign for issue 1, which means I'll also do campaign for a 0 issue when I get that done. And I'll be collaborating with some other people. That'll be something cool. Right now, one of the things I want to do is come up with maybe 6 or 8 small images and do some stickers. I want to do some quick stuff like that. Still haven't gotten my alien artwork back, or a good scan of it, I should say. I'm not getting the artwork back. The guy that has it has been he's super busy and also has some challenges getting a good scan of it. So hopefully that will happen this week. I'll have to message him. Too much time goes by. Salutation, my friends. Welcome, General Piggy. How you doing? Oh, I know. I said I was going to upgrade my StreamYard, but actually, money is short, and unless I sell a bunch of stuff next few days, I doubt I'm going to be doing that. So I might be limited to how much I'm streaming. Unfortunately, money is tight. Not enough money in my bank. So I am going to have to take a pass on what I wanted to do, which is stream a lot more, but it's just, too many things going on. Life is a little difficult right at the moment. but we'll get through it. We shall find a way. And frankly, I just got to relax more. Relax more, meaning not become a couch potato, but stop stressing out about things not in my control, and just do what I can and don't sweat it. Things will be what they be. I know, baby. You were lying in there for hours. Now you want to just bug me. That's clear. Meow meowing. Cleopatra. All my cats have been more demanding of late. We want your attention. Please give us all your attention. And to that I say, of course. But right now I'm working, so you gotta wait a little bit. Yeah, so I have heard a little bit of what's been going on. Like PayPal made a statement, then retracted it, and lots of people's opinions of PayPal is a lot less. That's a problem for me. I have a bank account, but PayPal has been my number one source for people paying me and me getting money. And I do not wish for them to disappear at all. So I hope that's not the case. I know some people have been, not planning on not using it going forward. So I hope it doesn't disappear, because then I'll have to consider new options. And right before I stopped using my art rep, he was kind of hinting at he wanted me to use Vimo, and I set it up, and it's probably active. I got Vimo, but it's owned by PayPal, so PayPal goes away. I don't think Vimo's going to last, or however you pronounce it. My brother was telling me, he did New York Comic Con with his wife, Amanda Connor. And he mentioned they were wearing masks out there. You know, I went shopping last week in town and only saw one person here with a mask. You know, obviously New York has a billion more people there. And especially at Comic-Con, where even on a good day, it's a breeding ground. So definitely, you know, like if, if I was there, I would wear a mask. Not sure how it is right now in Florida, but I'll find out in a month. I think some people out there wear masks. Not that I'm planning to do a lot of traveling when I'm out there. All right. Dun, dun, dun. We got a spat of cold weather here. You know, for those that don't know, I'm out in Kentucky. I think today is the low 50s. Got a couple of cold days. I think Friday it warms up again. And then we'll be back in the 70s for a week or so. If you're wondering what I'm doing, so I'm mostly just adding some feathering to this drawing. If you didn't notice, this is my pencils and inks. So this is a look at what my art style is currently. Yeah, I'm not going to go too crazy. I know I did that video where I showed off different ways it's shaded in using feathering and big black areas and whatnot. And I'm going a lot simpler than those variations, which is what I opened up to look at earlier. So I could see that on the screen and choose which way to go, as opposed to just doing it blind. Quiet, Clea. My cat scratching at my door. She's fine. You got everything you need, except my attention at the moment, which if I let you out, you'd be all up in my face, and we can't have that. So other than this piece, I don't know, anything that brings in money will be a priority. Because I got to pay some bills by the end of the week. But I do have that trading card from Designated penciled by CB Smallwood. And get that done. What else was I working on recently? I got a pencil and ink one myself, which I got like an okay on a sketch. So I just gotta draw it out and ink that. Oh, I got the Vic King BEOWAR pinup to ink. And I think there's 11 days left on his campaign. That link is down below, along with a bunch of other links from various campaigns. A lot of them are live. Some of them are in demand. And yeah, at least one is a store link. And I'll add a few more to that list. But I want to support other creators. And yeah, like some of them are friends, some of them, they're all acquaintances. They're all projects I'm interested in. And I think I might have to go and grab Clea. Gosh, she's just meowing at my door. Yes, Clea. Yes, Clea. All right, damn it. All right, folks. Be back in 2 minutes. I should have a sign, but I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Did everybody leave? Jesus Christ. Clea. Why you gotta start bugging me when I'm working? Anyway, she's outside now, so. I only have one cat. But yeah, she's in the other room, so she won't bug me. So I've got one cat inside, but the other two are out. Rocket has been mostly an outdoor cat lately. But everybody comes in at night to sleep. Rocket and Ripley, R&R, as they're affectionately known. They love sleeping on my bed. And Clea does do that on occasion, but more often than not, she gets into a fight with one or the other. Lately, Ripley is the instigator. She's the youngest of the three, I believe. Technically, I'll never know how old Rocket is, because he was a stray. But we did meet him when he was very young, so he could have been a couple of months old, maybe 6 months at most. But I'm bad at doing continuity. Too many cats in the past 10 years. You know, I think I've had over 50. You know, we took in and fostered and got homes for, and there was probably a dozen that we put to sleep because, you know, they got health issues we tried to fix, and no success on a bunch of them. But we tried our best. But yeah, it's like now it's just my three, and occasionally I'll hear about some of the others that were in my life. Like I'll hear about Taz and Monkey because they're with, you know, my friend Lisa's family. So I just saw some pictures of Monkey and Taz, and they're doing great. And I know I'm not really saying a lot about what I'm doing. It's I'm just trying to get this piece more to completion, if not utterly finished, during this stream. But I'm just gabbing so it's not total silence. And there's cat hair. Yeah. Cat hair and art do not mix. So I've been told. No. You know, like it's been me for a little bit, but you know, there's a couple of people that want to come on, but they, you know, yet to tell me definite days when they can make it out. You know, reached out to Spencer Desmond. He'll eventually be on here. Reached out to Rex, Devil Flyer. He mentioned getting a bunch of the artwork that Vic did as a presentation. So it'll be worth him coming on. My friend who is known as Doc and Moore left out her a message this morning. And yeah, she's a fantastic artist, and always just love chatting with her. So we'll get her on here when it's convenient for her schedule. Do you know? Oh, another thing I did watch was the other the sort of one-shot show that Marvel did, which was Werewolf by Night. I thought it was really cute. I really liked it. It was just a short one and done. But to me, it had a lot more purpose to it than all of She-Hulk. So it was well done. It was well worth it, and very cool. Now, we'll see more of any of those characters that were in that episode? I have no clue. One can hope. So before the year is out, what do we got? We got Wakanda Forever, which has, I guess, the new Black Panther. It has, which I'm excited about. It has Aquaman in it. I mean, Namor. Whose feet wings actually flap. Like, that's kind of a little bizarre. And I really didn't get a good look. You know, I watched the trailer for Black Panther and really didn't get a good look at the actor who's portraying Namor. I got a really quick look, and I don't know. I'm not 100% sold that that is the actor they should have went with. You know, just on sheer looks, nothing else. But you know, it's like, it's not necessarily if they look like the comic book character version or what have you. It's that they sell the part is more important, and I won't know that until I actually see the movie. But I'm excited to see the movie. I hope Marvel doesn't disappoint as far as what they're planning to do, because you know the actor who portrayed Black Panther passed away, and it's really difficult to fill that spot. He was great. So I can guess based off the trail what they're going to do, but still won't be 100% sure until I see the movie. So we'll leave it to the movie. See all about that. But it looks great. It looks great. Does he have crazy eyebrows? I guess you mean Namor in the movie? Possibly. Like I said, I got a quick look. We'll see. You know, and I mean, I know I could have paused it and really taken a good look at it, but you know, I'll wait to see it in the movie. I'm trying to avoid trailers for the most part. A lot of them have been giving too much away. But besides Black Panther, the only remaining show from Marvel is the Christmas special. Hey, Fanta. Good to see you. Thanks for coming to hang out. Now, what Christmas special am I talking about? Well, Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. So supposedly the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special takes place between Thor: Love and Thunder and Guardians Volume 3. And that there will be some sort of developments during the show as to the storylines coming up. So that should prove interesting. I'm excited for Black Panther. I'm excited for the Guardians Christmas special. Probably more so than I have for some of the streaming shows. Coming up, what is it? This Friday is what is it? Black Adam. The Dwayne Johnson DC movie. That looks fantastic. I mean, you know, I've heard really good things. Supposedly, people's responses to seeing it is very good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not super excited because, I mean, I will be more so after I watch it probably, because I'm not sure how it connects. You know, I heard the spoiler news of it, so I won't spoil it here, but you know, it's going to be worth seeing. I might not jump and see it this week. If it does come out this Friday, I might wait a while. We shall see. But I hope they get things back on track as far as their sort of superhero division, and not all this Elseworld stuff. That, you know, it's like every movie that DC produces is not connected to any other movie. Which is fine. I mean, like, if it's a good movie, it's a good movie. But it does seem, at the same time that they're doing that, it does seem that they would like certain success with certain movies, to where they can go forward with a more cohesive bunch of characters and you know, team. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do that. Kevin makes it look easy. I will say this about She-Hulk. The last episode had a little joke about Kevin Feige, and that was pretty funny. You know, like I said, I really love the actress Tatiana, but it just didn't do it for me. Part of it initially was the weird CGI, which it works sometimes. Sometimes it was like, meh, she looks plastic. You know, I know they have to approach this differently than they approach the Hulk. You know, and it's tougher to do a woman. You know, it's kind of like when they did the Hulk movie. I think it was the Ang Lee movie. I really liked the way the Hulk looked in that movie. It was more like a sort of Dale Keown version of the character. And he was a lot smoother looking, and less texture looking than the Marvel Cinematic Universe Hulk. But yeah, they beefed it up, and you know, because they want to make it look more realistic, I guess. But I thought the Ang Lee was fun. Talk about the CGI on Hulk itself. The movie was okay too. Or am I thinking of the not Ed Burns, the other Ed? Too many Eds, too many Chris's, too many octaves. If you haven't already, take a moment to give the video a like. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I'm 3 away from 1,100 subscribers. Yeah, share this video out to your friends. All that jazz. Follow me on my other social networks. Become a patron. If you want to support me, or you just want to throw me a one-time tip, there's a tip jar link. It's a PayPal link you can go to and throw me a one-time tip. I always remember working a 9 to 5, and at one point I was working like around the corner and down the block from Marvel, and there was a convenience store I went to most mornings, and I got a cup of coffee, and I got a bagel with cream cheese, bagel with butter, and I usually got that before I went into work. And yeah, I always left a tip. I don't think they remember me now, but that was in the 80s. I think the person working there went on to create Starbucks. No, I'm kidding. Kid. Norton. Yeah. Ed Norton. One of my favorite movies, Fight Club. He's so good in that. Such a crazy movie. And they might be manager by now. Yep, they might have moved up a bit. I kind of miss a lot of things about where I used to work. I mean, where I used to live, and actually going to a day job rather than rolling out of bed and being here already. I'm still not used to, even after 30 years. I guess really built up my muscle memory from my younger years. But I loved, I mean, I'm sure there were days where I didn't love, but I really liked, waking up, getting dressed, taking, a shower and breakfast and all that. And then walking to the train, taking the train, which was about an hour, maybe just a little over an hour to work. Just going through my morning rituals of what I did when I had a day job. And I used to read the novels I read back when I was younger. I read on the train. and kind of really got into books and like really put my head down and was reading for an hour, and then I would look up and it would be like, oh, I'm a stop or two away from getting off, and get totally immersed in what I was reading. And so it was like the train ride was nothing at all. And then just being able to go to a place and wait in a short line, and really like happy people just serving you a list. Yes, what would you like? And seeing the same faces, same smiles, and every morning, and actually like just simple act of saying hello to people before going into my job, and like hang out with all those crazy nuts back back then. In a certain it's just routine that I miss. I like working for myself and all, but like obviously, like having a day job is security of a paycheck, certain routines around it, all the familiar faces and people I knew, and I worked, say, give or take, it was about 10 years before I got into comics. So I had a day job for 10 years. But it was like every 2 years I would move up sort of my position a little bit and move to a different company. So I worked for these big companies in New York, and who doesn't love that? And like all the stupid perks that they get you with. Everything wasn't all bad. There's no perks at this job. It's like perks are like, well, I don't have to wake up at a certain time. I don't have to get a certain amount of work done, on demand. It's nice to pay rent and bills and whatnot, but there were days, and I remember like getting up was so hard. So hard. And it's like, I can't believe I have to drag myself to work again today. And certain times, be like, I have no energy for this. I can't get through another day. But you do, the incentive was always the weekly paycheck. Like, I just have to bear with it another couple of days, and I'll get paid again, and then I'll be out of here for a weekend. And Shadow says, "Hey, Fanta, fancy meeting you here." Yep, you've both been here. All right. My goal is like, hopefully next year does really well for me, and I'll be making a lot more money, and I'll be able to upgrade my home situation. Hope to rent a home that's like at least 2 or 3 bedrooms. So one of the bedrooms can be my studio, as opposed to right now, which is like it's just my living room. So I can actually like move into an actual home and have a living room. You know, because who doesn't love and appreciate having that space and having that comfort of a living room? You know, I don't technically have a living room. So it would be nice to have one of them again. And have the separate space. You know, I won't invite. I've had it before, like when me and Lisa were living together, and you know where I had a separate studio space and I had cats also, and well, sometimes they definitely made themselves known. Would scratch at the door. Would, you know, if there was a gap, and there was a slight gap, and stick their paws through the bottom of the door, yada yada yada. But the advantage is that I would, you know, either let them in for 10 minutes and like, okay, like I'll give you attention, and or I wouldn't even let them in. I'd go out there and play with them. You know, go hang out in the hallway with them, or I'd go go into the living room and play with them for a little bit. But the advantage is that since I did have a door to my studio, I left everything out in the open as far as work and projects, and you know, even leaving my ink open, because I would watch them like a hawk if I did let them in, and you know, they wouldn't they wouldn't get too out of hand or out of control. You know, right now, because my studio is the living room and they have the run of the house, you know, even though they're indoor outdoor cats and spend, you know, two out of the three spend a lot more time outside sometimes. For every time I sit down to work, when I get done, I put everything up. So it's, you know, it becomes a pain in the ass. And, you know, if it's not in front of me, then I forget, you know, what I was doing exactly. And, you know, it's like, I really, my primo studio would be where I have a couple of spaces where I work, and I'm able to leave things out, where I can have like multiple pieces I'm working on, and have, you know, maybe I'd only work on one desk, but I could have it, you know, something else, a secondary pinup I'm working on, or cover or whatever, laid out on another table nearby. Because I do like, one of my habits of working on anything is I do like looking over the artwork, sort of really just soaking it up. It brings me inspiration as to how I want to attack it next, or you know, if I'm stuck on something, an idea will pop in my head. But if I'm constantly just putting stuff in my drawer or in a stack that, you know, I don't really look at, I don't have that time with a piece. Because, you know, if I do leave stuff out, it will definitely get destroyed, or at the very least dirty, with the cats sticking their face in it, walking all over it, sleeping on it. I can't just leave stuff out. And they're well behaved cats, but they are cats, and you know, it's like you could train a dog, and you know, you can, to a degree, you could train a cat too, but not to like respond to you on a dime. It's more like if they decide they want to listen to you, they will. But even a dog, like, you know, I wouldn't trust to leave valuable artwork out, knowing that, you know, the potential is there for them to destroy it. Life is hard enough without your animals taking it out on you. That's what I say. All right. All right. So even though like this sort of cloud formation up here, it's supposed to be a little sketchy, little just different style. I do want to beef it up a little bit. You know, my initial intention was to keep a lot of close knit thin lines. You know, I'm getting the urge to make it more of an outline, but without actually doing outline. Us artists are neurotic about certain things. So I hear. I mean, I'm 100% okay. I know I got a strange brain. I'm totally comfortable with that. Yeah, and so at some point I'm going to pull out my white acrylic pen and do some kind of splattering. The splattering with the water, give it a little more of a water effect. So yeah, I was mentioning before about reading, and it feels really good to be reading on a regular basis, and not every day, but definitely miss reading novels, really getting into novels. I know at one point, probably not this year, maybe not even next year, but eventually at some point, I would love to sit down and read the Game of Thrones novels. Freaking love the show, love the new show. And really appreciate all he's put into the characters in the world. What I'm assuming from what I've seen them do on the show. Yeah, I read Lord of the Rings when I was younger, and really, even though it took me a million years to get through them, really appreciated the world building and character building, and I would say it's like I've read some fantasy, but I was more sci-fi, more horror only because I love Stephen King's writing, and that's what he writes. I've read some other horror writers like Clive Barker and Peter Straub, some others. Yeah, so that is a little bit tighter here. Let me ask you. I may not get a response to this, but let me ask you this. I've gotten, and it's been a couple of times. EJB dropping a comment. He says the Game of Thrones books are great. Yeah, I think I would really appreciate it. Really get into them too. Damn it, my brain. I was about to say something. Yeah. I don't know. It's like my brain can't hold on to thoughts anymore. I was beefing this up. I think that's. Yeah, I don't want to throw in an outline, but I want it to look like an outline more. All right, that's fine. Well, you can see it here. Okay. Oh yeah, with the white. Do some spray on the edges of it. I'm gonna do a little more there. Okay, let me blow this up a bit. Take a good look at what I did. Take a good look, my baby. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bum. Yeah. All right, I want that. I want a little bit here. Yeah, so the point of me doing this, and I plan to do a whole bunch more, is, they're not perfect pieces, but they're pieces drawn by me. And I want to be more an artist, so I want to do a lot more of my own art. Next year, I'll definitely be drawing a lot more. All right, so I wanted to do something there. Maybe. So I don't know what it was. Like we had a warning, but it was like potential of fires breaking out. Like conditions were good, that it was extremely windy and dry, and a couple other things they stated. And yeah, it seemed like last week we had nothing but sirens going off. I don't know if they were accidents or, what have you. Could have been fires, could have been other things. But it's not like I really watch the news based off of what's happening in town. This week in Campbellsville, stuff happened. I think I stated this. What happened to me? Last week, somebody knocked on my door, and it was this old guy. Elections are coming up. So it's one of the guys up for election. I think he might have been for mayor or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's like, I mean, it's great that he's going door to door to promote himself, but he just came to my door, said, "Hey, I was like, who are you looking for?" Like, not knowing him or anything. So I heard a knock, and I was doing something. It took me a minute to get there, and then looked out, and he was already like in front of my neighbor's door. And then he sort of started walking towards me, and I was like, "Who are you looking for?" He's like, "I'm looking for you." He's like, I'm running, and here's my card." I'm like, "Great." It's like I really don't want to get into a conversation with him, but I was like, "You really didn't sell me on anything, other than I know you're petitioning to win. You really didn't even state your name. You just gave me your business card. Thank you very much." I missed this comment before from EJB. Like some Wrightson Frankenstein clouds. Yeah, exactly. That's my love of sort of old school artists. A lot of what Wrightson was doing, and sort of in a good way stealing from. Was the old newspaper and magazine illustrators of yesteryear, and their really special techniques and whatnot. All right, what do I do? that's all good. Okay. Throw some more lines down here, and then I think I'll play with the water. I'm going to play in water, folks. But I won't be doing it in swim trunks. But I won't be nude either, so. Dun, 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 dun. So there's the Reaper Destroyer creator, streams, and he's got a hot channel. I don't know if he still does this. I haven't actually been watching a lot of other people lately. Been up in my own brain lately. But at the end of his streams, he always go, "All right, picture me naked." He wasn't serious, but it's just something funny to say at the end of a stream. Joe Sonntag, comedian. Yeah, I think the next piece I'm going to do like this is going to be a razor. I'm going to do a maybe semi not safe for work. She was a rated R comic from back in the 90s. I never thought I'd be inking a book like that. It just, sort of came to me, and I really like the artist on it. The artist on it was a friend of mine, Keith Pollard. I mean, Rich Pollard. No relation to Keith Pollard. He'll kill me for that. But I also met, the artist who drew the first issue of Retro. Was me and him did a story. I also inked Bill Tucci for the Razor Annual 1, where she and Razor had a backup story. I inked like 6 pages of that. Over Billy's pencils. It was sort of last minute, and Billy came to me. It wasn't Everett Hartzer was the guy in charge, the publisher. Everett didn't come to me with that. He might have mentioned it was happening, but Billy came to me. He was like, "Do you want to ink a couple of pages of She Razor?" I was like, "Okay, Billy. Okay, stop bugging me." Don't have to twist my arm twice. All right, a couple more subtleties, a couple more little bits of line work, and then I'll move on to the water. So everybody get their sunglasses and suntan lotion ready. We'll be journeying there shortly. So I haven't had lunch yet. So after I finish this, sit down. I'll probably make some ziti. Ziti, hamburgers. Yeah, I'll make some ziti. I'm gonna make some ZD and sit down to the latest episode of Game of Thrones. So that will be fun. The Green Council. All right. Yeah, I could throw a million little lines in, but it's like I love a lot of this line work that I'm doing, but I'm not 100% sold that it's my style per se. I don't know. I just wanted to do something in the middle of what I sort of came up with previously as to how I could approach it and whatnot. I'm gonna get this colored or color it myself and do it. Have it as a print. What do you think? Should I make a color print of this, which it's going to be 10 by 10 exactly as the art, except in color, on high quality paper? You think because 11 by 17, a lot of people that sell prints that size, they're selling them for 20 for quality prints. I was thinking of making the 10 by 10 like $15. Does that sound right to people? Sound fair? Should be $100. No, I think 15 is a fair price. Color print. Although, the alien piece, it's like I did get a colorist to color it. But every time I look at it, it's kind of dark. I actually like it better in black and white because you could see the artwork. All right. I am going to clean my brush, come back. Or maybe I should do that first. All right. Delete. I'm going to erase pencils. I'll clean my brush first. Okay, be back in a second. So I've been itching to start work on that Vic King piece for BEOWAR. So either yeah. I have 100 things to work on. Whatever. Erase. All right. My hand's slightly wet. Yeah, there's plenty more I could play with on this, but a finished piece is when you call it done. It's not totally done now. I'm gonna play with the water effect. And I'll do a border around it, even though like doing a border doesn't matter because, well, I could do it in, when I go in and color it or get somebody else to color it. I'm not sure if I'm going to be coloring it. I got too many things to do as it is. And I do want to fully grasp, or at least better grasp, my art programs and tools and whatnot before I start coloring. I have dabbled throughout the years using a bunch of the different programs. All right. Try not to go erase too heavy, but definitely get rid of any pencil marks I see. So, I try to, when I'm making like covers or comic pages, like to look it over, like to erase and then look it over a couple of times, because you always find, I didn't really erase that little mark over there, and I forgot to fill in the black over there. All the little nuances. It's good to get your eyes over it a couple of times and make sure you got everything. There's always like little details you might miss. First pass around, second pass around, fifth pass around. All right. Do you wanna go? Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. All right. Anything pops out to me. A little bit there. A little bit there. That looks about right. Clean up all the eraser bits. They have a tendency, if I don't clean them up, it gets stuck on the desk, and if you're working on artwork, it gets lumpy. Don't want that happening. This is like if I had an assistant or two, an intern or anything, I'd get them to do this. The erasing part. Everything is still critical. I want it to, be as perfect as possible. Let's see. Give it a little light touch. It's like some lead still on the page, but mostly it looks like I got it all. Everything. Yeah, it looks like I got it all. Sometimes you really push down on the pencil when you're penciling some of it, and It doesn't erase as easily. When you scan it, you can clean it up a little bit even more. Right. So now I shall show you how the white acrylic painter works. Make sure I get a good tip going. Okay. Gotta clean the tip of it. Oops. You don't want to get random white everywhere. Oh. All right. So let me get big on this. Actually, I can get bigger. Where's the button? Okay, here we go. Okay. I'm seeing this up close on my screen so I can see if what I'm doing is seen. Okay, so you can see on the bottom right, you push it down and the point goes in and the white acrylic flows much better. You could shake it and get a better flow. All right, so this won't be a total like frosty I don't know, whatever you would call it. But I'll throw in a bunch. You could also do this with color. I want the artwork to look decent in black and white, and with the addition of color, then it takes on a different persona. Okay. I was looking at, what was it, Jim Stalin artwork? He was so precise with his stars. I'm not doing the stars here, but it's the same equivalent. It's almost boring, compared to how a lot of people do stars nowadays, which is like they'll get a star field and put it on a separate layer and sort of map it to the background. Like it's a lot. I imagine it's a lot easier than using a toothbrush and white paint. So if you don't have a good amount of white on the tip, it comes out a little washed out. So some of these dots may not show up in the final art. I got a little, it's not a hair, but a little acrylic lump. take that off. Is that you? I got you? All right. Think so? Or is that just is the tip of it falling apart? Yeah. Maybe, perhaps. All right. I'm not sure if the tip of this is felt or plastic or what. All right, I want to throw a little of that there. Make that one slightly lower. Okay, throw a little more dots there. All right. All right. Yeah, Jim Song, like the way he does stars, I actually love it. And it'd help if I moved. Let me do that. Where's this? Closer. I don't know if you're seeing, if it's reproducing. Oh, well, hopefully my mic works. It told me it went out. Yeah, I'm gonna scan this and share it online, but just at the moment you see it a little closer. Now let me go back a little ways. Hey, Paul, good to see you, man. He says, having lunch, eating lunch and watching. I appreciate it. We can see it. Cool. Yeah, sometimes like it's like because the settings and whatnot, what I see is not necessarily what you guys are seeing. All right. Need to shake a little bit. There we go. Get some freshness going on. Yeah, I'm 99.8% done. Just this little bit over here. I'll give it a look over and call it done when I choose it to be. A piece of art is only done when you say it's done. I think that was Abraham Lincoln said that. Or Jerry Lewis, one of the two. All right, let's look it over. It's funny, I'm looking at it on screen as opposed to looking at the actual artwork. Yes. Is there anything else I want to do? Oh, this is leather. Yeah, let me just get a little better. This is leather. Can have a little shine to it. Maybe. And just a little. Okay. There's one thing I want to do with his eyeball. Just add a little more black to his eyeball. It's a subtle little thing, but every time I look at it, it looks like it's two circles right there. Pupil. Yeah, it gives a little more character. I'm sure you can't see. Oh, no. God damn it. I hate when the ink beads up on the point. Okay. It is done. It is done. Done. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. And Paul says, looks great. Miss me some analog. Well, get to it. If you don't follow Paul, you should follow Paul. He's a great artist and animator. As well as EJB is a fantastic illustrator. Who else? Shadow and Fanta have their own good stuff going on. General Piggy, I think is mostly a supporter. But yeah, I always try to encourage people to follow people. Which again, I have a lot of links down below in my video description box to various campaigns and people's creations. You should go check out. Of course, after you throw me a tip and support my work. But yeah, this is done. This is I'm happy with it. It's much better than I thought it was initially going to come out. So yeah, it may took me 100 days to work on, but there you go. Many more like this to follow. This is original artwork is 10 by 10. Asking only $30 for it. It'll be $10 shipping US, more outside the US. You can message me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Those are the 3 easiest ways. I don't really communicate a lot, hear a lot as far as private messaging. And there's some sort of system set up. But you could always, comment below the video, that sort of thing. But yeah, if you like this piece, or if you want to commission me to do a piece, EJB says, excellent piece. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. I really tried. I gave it some thought. I took my time with it. So I'm glad it came out well. The only thing I would do differently is his hair is a lot darker than blonde hair would suggest. But I freaking love doing hair, and I get overexcited. But I do love the way it looks and the way it came out. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I totally appreciate it. And I'll be back soon with whatever strikes my fancy on the moment. I definitely have plenty to do. So see you all again. Have a great